Alrighty, traders. This is Blake. You are listening to the F.A.C.E show, and I want to welcome everybody and happy Jobs Day, non-farm payroll day. It's not like something that we normally have on a Wednesday, but hell, we're going to take it, right? We are. Sorry, I was just dealing with a couple of administrative stuff there for a second. I have to point out. The yen. We were talking about it yesterday. For those of you that are not in our community, I actually closed out my dollar yen last night short in our trades room. You can see it right here. Closed out the dollar yen for 99 pips after shorting it yesterday. I was thinking, yeah, it's probably moved, and it's about the same level pretty much, maybe like 10 pips higher than where I closed it out last night. But the fact of the matter is everybody's leaning into dollar weakness going into this jobs report. We got a lot of headlines yesterday where Besant, Navarro were both talking about a weaker jobs report, even though Trump came out and said that our employment numbers are great. Navarro, Besant, even Goldman Sachs last night, they said that we're expecting a weak jobs report today. So everybody's kind of leaning into it already, and you're seeing the dollar yen really come under pressure. But more importantly, you're seeing the yen just in general is really strengthening. And this is something that both Ryan and K-Man were talking about yesterday morning, which I've also taken to heart. I've got a lot of yen exposure as of yesterday, and I'm writing some of that going into today because I think that let me pull up the yen. I don't know why I'm lost over here trying to find it. Okay, here we go. You can see the yen is really strengthened across the board. And we're seeing us push right into really what I would consider very, very key resistance as far as the yen, because what you'll notice here is we are at the underside of the broken channel. So if we actually break out to the upside, that means, and I'm going to do a little bit of Fibonacci work for you, take this high to this low, you break above this trend line right here, which is the previous triangle. Well, now you're above the 38% retracement, and then we really start to see a bigger recovery develop in the yen. That means that the dollar yen probably is trading closer to 150. If something like this happens, we're seeing the dollar yen. Let me go over to the dollar yen really quick. You're seeing the dollar yen slide through, this rising trend line here, and we're probably trading, below the 200 DMA, which is at 150 and change. We're probably below here. One of the other things I'm gonna mention this because I already know that K-Man was talking about it. He was talking about it yesterday, and he can elaborate on it a little bit more since he held the flow show today. Is we also closed, and we were talking about this in the chat room yesterday morning. We closed, or yesterday afternoon, excuse me, at the close. We closed below the Ichimoku cloud yesterday afternoon in North American trade, which meant that it was going to have the attention of Asia last night. And what we saw the dollar yen really slide in Asian trade. So, the Ichimoku cloud is something that is, take the name Ichimoku. That is from Spanish origin that originated in Africa. Hence the name Ichimoku. I'm joking. No one got the joke. No, I don't think anybody caught that one. It's it's actually a Japanese word of Japanese origination. So therefore, K-Man is very familiar with this because obviously a lot of Asian traders pay pretty close attention to this. So K-Man, you noticed the dollar yen breaking that cloud yesterday, and we closed below it. Do you think that got the attention of all the Asian traders last night, since the Ichimoku really is from African origin originally?
Yeah,
No one laughed.
yeah.
I thought it was funny. I thought I was being
Well, okay, try
whatever.
again.
Okay, go
Um,
ahead.
Yeah, it is important because it's the first times, well, apart from the rate checks scare that that we had a close below the cloud for months. So that's already an important factor. And you also look at the JGBs, you look at the and the Nikkei. The thing is that officially the Nikkei was closed today because Japan was had a day off, but futures are still trading higher. The JGB yields are coming up a little bit. JGBs are doing well. So all of that is putting support under the yen for now. So the early reaction of the market, as we were saying, is a vote of confidence for Takaichi. Now we will see if it lasts. I think today and going forward during the week, it's going to be important to see whether we can stick under that cloud or not. For one, but also yen has been strengthening also on the crosses, not only versus the dollar. And I was showing this morning and on our technical updates. It's the first time we tried to enter the cloud in the daily euro yen for literally 9 months or so, and that could be an additional indication that things are about to turn. Now we are very
And
close.
this is what you're talking about,
Yeah,
the
exactly,
dipping into the cloud right here, correct?
exactly, and we are not far. I mean, it could easily bounce back above, but. Yeah, when Japan comes back really online tomorrow, and if we're still in there or even trading lower, it may be an indicator for whatever for the yen's health actually, because we know that dollar yen has been ramping higher, but all yen crosses have been trading higher. So if also the yen crosses start to trade lower, then there is probably something more going on than just people getting out of short yen positions, right? So we need to really pay attention. We had a big drop. It's that's one thing now done, but let's see if we can build on that for what the yen is concerned.
Sorry, I'm
No
getting
problem.
pinged here really quick. Yeah, and one of the other things I do want to say about the yen, and this is not just the euro or not just all yen pairs, which we're going to reference actually because I think a lot of this is very critical as far as analysis goes. What came out showing here is going into the cloud, A, with the euro yen, but also lower highs too. And you guys can see what a strong, I mean, what a strong, channel we've been in. And most of you, again, you guys already know this because, if you've been looking at the basic technical analysis of the euro yen, we're in a strong channel, but we're really starting to show signs of strength with yen. And that's like I said, it's not just the euro yen. You look around at other yen pairs. Let me move. You guys can't see that. I'm gonna try to move something out of the way. You got the Kiwi yen that's up against channel resistance. Look at these, and I don't know if you guys follow like candlestick formations. Those are evening stars right there. That means when you see a morning star, an evening star, they tend to have really good follow through. More times than not, you tend to see really strong follow through. So I know we're all prepared today for a weak jobs report. That's the problem going into today. If you want to know what the bigger response is going to be in the markets, is if we have a really good jobs report, which I personally don't think we're going to have. But unfortunately, because we got so much warning from, Treasury Secretary Bessent, Navarro, I think that we are going to have a pretty poor jobs report, unfortunately, and I just don't think that we're going to have this huge response. So just be really careful leaning into the market as a result of all that. Hey, Ryan, welcome back. I know you missed the flow show this morning, but you've been back in the saddle for the last hour or so. We got some comments today from we got some comments just a little while ago about there's some murmurings that President Trump might ditch the USMCA again, and that has created. Well, you can see the dollar CAD is actually at the highs of its session, despite the expectations of a weaker U.S. jobs report, the Canadian is actually coming under pressure. Not only in the dollar CAD, we're seeing you're seeing pairs like the Euro CAD has turned off of support. You have the Canadian yen that's actually reversed here after trying to stabilize big double top building. By the way, if you guys don't know that, you could just go to the active patterns in play and you can take a look at this into the setups that we put out yesterday. But there is this. Yo, what was that?
No, it's just my phone going off.
How many of you guys are familiar with the show Landman? Have anybody familiar with the show Landman? Anybody? Bueller, Landman. It's so funny when his wife Ali Larder calls. It has this like this horror sound go off, and it's hilarious. It's actually quite funny. That must have been the sound when your phone goes off when your wife calls you. Interesting. I like it. Right?
No. If my wife calls me,
I'm gonna let your wife know that that's what happens. All right.
No. My wife knows when she calls me. When she calls me, I have the Darth Vader's Imperial March going off.
Yeah, right. That's pretty similar. All right. So hey, we got these comments that came in from this murmuring about USMCA. What's up with that?
Oh, it's Trump being Trump, isn't it? It's not the first time he's threatened to tear it all up. I guess he's starting to. I think it's mainly Canada that's causing the problems with their stuff with China. He's getting on with Sheinbaum. They had a call or conversation, whatever, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, if it's not Trudeau, it's damn what's his nuts?
Carney, yeah.
Carney, gosh dang it.
Yeah. So it's the same old thing. He throws a grenade. The market has a wobble, and then he'll say, "Oh, even last week he was saying, or earlier this week he was saying, oh, we're going to renegotiate it, and it could happen sooner, and whatever." But it's all up in the air. This is his deal. This is his deal from Trump the first round. So I don't know what he's going to do. There's all legal limitations into how long it takes to cancel the whole thing. But I think he's just doing his usual threats and trying to scare Carney, maybe Mexico, and they'll all come to the table when they deem it necessary, and they'll get a deal done as usual.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we talk about the whole USMCA situation, and by the way, the Mexican peso is not acting quite as poorly as the Canadian, and you could say maybe it's more of a Canadian issue versus Mexico. I actually think it's more of a risk issue. I mean, let's face it. The dollar mex is the dollar. I mean, oops. Let me rephrase that. The stock market is literally how far? Let me just take a look. We're about 1% away from all-time highs. You're not going to shake the trees of any Mexican peso longs or any bulls when you're 1% off the all-time highs in equities. We have to see equities roll over before it gets the attention of the Mexican peso, despite any wobbles. I think everybody understands that Trump talks a lot, and his words, ironically, especially going into the second year of his term, are really falling on deaf ears. We see, every time he yammers on about we need lower rates, market doesn't care. We don't see the dollar wobble anymore. His words are really not meaning a whole lot. But in terms of USMCA, that was his negotiation, his first term, coming off of what was it called before it was the USMCA? I can't think of it now. But NAFTA, that's right. Thanks, AJ. It was NAFTA, and then NAFTA USMCA that was Trump's deal, and now we want to renegotiate it again. We'll see. I do think that there are certain issues that Trump has, and you're right, it is with Canada, and it's with them. Mexico's been more willing to work with the EV plants that China wants to put in Mexico, a lot of the drug trafficking and immigration issues. Canada, he's a little bit more of a stickler with. And sorry, Canadians, Mark Carney, I totally spaced his name this morning, but that's a product of getting up at the 3 o'clock hour versus anything else. So yeah, the Canadians under a little bit of pressure. We're going to see. I would, if you're going to play the Canadian, I think playing it against crosses is probably the better way to go. You look at the Euro Canadian. This is really key support. You know, as a trader, what we do is when we're looking at, the market, we identify where the risk is and where the reward might be. So when you're looking at something like this, you go, okay, well, if I'm buying here, and I'm just using here as being an example of where we're currently trading, you're like, my reward is we could make it from 160.150 to 163.50. That's a 200 pip gain. Where if I'm wrong from 160.40, and let's say we get under this level, which is 160.75, I'm risking 75 pips. So if I'm risking 75 pips to make 200, that's a good risk reward any which way you slice it, because we're pretty much guaranteed to lose money at least half the time, if not more. So what we can control as traders is we can control the risk we're taking and knowing where we're wrong. And that's the one thing that as a trader, we can identify, okay, this is where I'm wrong, this is where I'm right. And if you have better risk versus reward, then those are the types of trades you should be looking at. So the Euro Canadian is one of those that I think is a great setup, and you can actually get the dollar right out of the equation since we are dealing with non-farm payroll today. Speaking of which, I do want to go reference gold, and I want to take I want to talk to K-Man really quick, get his take on gold, because gold is trying. I mean, we're at 5,100. Most of you know, if you are in the Forex Analytics community, we've had private talks about this. This is a perfect Gartley pattern. If you guys, when you want to talk perfection, I'll talk perfection with you, which doesn't always happen in harmonic patterns. You have a 618 here, you have 161% extension here, 80 or 78% retracement right there, and about a 618 right there. That's about as perfect as you're going to get on a short if you get up to 53.60. We've been talking about that for the last few days on NinjaTrader Live when I've been on with that crew since Sunday, and with our Forex Analytics people. If you're not aware of that, then there it is. I think that's a great setup. We are developing it really quite nicely as we probe into 5,100. K-Man, is it a weak number that's going to push gold above 5,150? You think?
The worse it would be, the better for the metals, right? Because that's where the bigger hedge will then be taken. But I think what we saw this morning, that blip above 5,100 is probably a bit of stop losses getting triggered above the level to get them out of the way before the data, because right after we printed 51, what is it, 15, 18, we went back down to 50.65 where we are now. Silver did the same thing above 86. So I mean, but those are, I think, just freeing up some space.
Right at the 38% retracement, by the way.
Yeah. I think it's a very interesting level on silver, and it is kind of halfway. Yeah, we had that spike below 70 or 69, but it's kind of halfway between there and 100, and I think it's going to be important enough where we close on silver above or below that level today. And gold 5,100 is the magic level. Yeah, that's it's another 5% now up towards your harmonic target. So 5% is some move, but if the report is really crap, I think precious metals can go on the fly. And what is interesting as well, if you just go back on gold in the shorter end, is that in the shorter term, if you look at just the past week or so, we've been building just around 5,000, you see those and then just right this week and end of last week, 5,000, and then the market was pulling up a little bit. So I reckon that 5,000 is the underside of the range that we are watching today. It's call it 49.90 or so. But if that goes, then I guess we will have had a much better report than expected, and then we may see some deeper correction to the downside. But so those are the two levels really.
And let's not forget, it's pretty well broadcasted that we are going to get a weaker number. So the surprise would be a stronger number than the market expected, and that's going to give us the bigger result. That means that the euro trades back down to 118.50. That means that the dollar yen trades back to 155, 156. That would be the surprise. That is not what the market is expecting. And we, as traders, we're also thinking about what gets people most wrong-footed. And in my opinion, it would be, a stronger jobs data, which, by the way, Ryan, we're looking for 70,000 jobs to be created. Now, the whisper number is probably closer to 50, if not now 30. But we were expecting, and still are, I guess, just looking at our economic calendar here, we are expecting 70,000 jobs, or 66,000. Wait, that's private. I'm sorry. So 66, it's come off just a little bit, but I would assume this number right here is probably closer to 40K. So 40 to 50K. So we get above,
be minus 85K.
Okay, well, based on what we've heard, everybody thinks we are going to lose like probably 20,000 jobs, today. I mean, that's probably what, realistically that we're going to need worse than that to get a really decent, weak dollar response and see yields really come under pressure. But what if, I mean, let's say we create 55,000 jobs. It's a miss. But if we create 55,000 jobs, I bet you we see a really strong dollar response today.
We probably do, given how the market's leaning. 55 will just put it in where we've been, for the last few months now. The market still isn't collapsing. But you're right, it's always about what is the market doing going in, and the market's going in a bit scared.
Yep, absolutely. The market's going in a bit scared is the good way to look at it. Hey, look real quick. I'll tell you what's not scared. Equities right now. Equities are not scared. We are 1% from the all-time highs in the S&P. And if you're looking at the NASDAQ is underperforming, but the Dow is at all-time highs, 161% extension, by the way. And then the Russell 2000 even looks, not so bad. I mean, we're still holding our breakout points. And so, when you look at equities, let's say we have a number that's lukewarm. Let's say we have a number that, let's say we create 40,000 jobs. What's the unemployment rate that we're looking for today, Ryan?
Unemployment rate, we are looking for, if I can find it for,
4.4.
Participation rate looking unchanged, 62.4%.
Okay, and I mean the previous reading was 4.4%, so you can see that the market's looking for 4.4. So let's say we create 50,000 jobs, but unemployment rate goes up to 4.5%. Unemployment rate goes up; it ticks higher. The market's not expecting that. The first thing I would expect stocks to come down a little bit, but then I would expect them to turn right back around and go to new highs today. And the reason why I say that is because that's lukewarm. It's telling us, hey, the jobs market is softening as expected. That means that Warsh, when he comes in, he's probably going to deliver us a rate cut. So we see a little bit of a sell-off in equities. You probably want to midday today be looking to buy it, on the way back to all-time highs. That would be my initial gut response. And the thing that would really take equities and push them lower today is if we actually came out with a negative print. I mean, if we really shit the bed on BLS numbers, and let's say Ryan's drinking buddy, his favorite drinking buddy, Michael Brown, is right, as we had him on as an interview on Monday, I believe. Yeah, he was on Monday. He's turned pretty sour on the U.S. labor market. Let's say those jobs report, we start to see a real big leakage of jobs, you will see stocks come under pressure. So if you guys are bears and you guys are like, oh, this is our black swan event, this is it, this is what's going to take us down as the labor market, well, we need to start seeing some pretty nasty reports coming in. Ryan, we got about 5 minutes before the data comes out. Anything that you're looking at today, for any type of trades? What are you thinking? I got setups. I got setups. You got setups? I got setups.
Yeah, I've got setups. I'm
All
always
right.
set up.
You got setups?
Always
Good.
set up.
What are your setups?
Well, I'm still short some dollar yen for up near 155.
No. I don't care what you did yesterday. What have you done
Let
for
me
me
get
lately?
there.
What are you going to do
Let
for
me
me
get
now?
there. Let me get there. So if we do get good numbers and a
Okay.
decent rally in dollar yen, I'm going to be looking to add back to that because I still think the path for yen pairs are lower.
I'm with you, man. I'm totally with you. I closed out my dollar yen short from yesterday, and I'm with you. I'm going to join you on that
Yeah,
SIP.
it was a nice surprise this morning, waking up with it 100 pips better off. I always like
Yeah.
doing that when you open your eyes. I mean, we've got some big levels in play. The thing about dollar yen, just quickly, is this move down. It's breaking the levels, the levels I have on my chart, and then it's respecting it on the bounces. So it's the perfect technical setup. Goes through a level, bounces back to level, holds it, and then goes off again. The next big level is obviously down at that 152. That's one of my big ones, and that's going to be a potential maker or breaker, I think, for what happens next.
Okay, I'm with you, Ryan. I'm gonna join you on that yen escapade. Even though I've already got yen exposure, I happen to have 3 different long yen trades going. Again, if you're in the Forex Analytics trades room, all you have to do is go to. Whoops, I don't want to show you everything. You go into the Forex Analytics trades room. You can see when we, I shorted the dollar yen yesterday at 11.50. Ryan's got all of his trades in here too. Closed it last night at 9.13 for 99 pips. That's what Ryan was referencing. I do have other yens. You'd have to just scroll up and down the other direction. K-Man's got all of his trades in here, so I'm gonna go over to K-Man and say, "Hey, K, what are you thinking today?"
I'm going. If the I know the market is going into the job report, probably already short dollars, having traded a bit, helped by the US officials as well. But I mean, the big money, they can keep on going. So if the report is still crap, I'm not going to counter trade anything. I think they are going to take euro dollar back over 120. Probably dollar yen testing the 152. The world is looking at that level, obviously, because actually we stopped right in front of it on the rate check scares as well. And yeah, but the if it's a real crap report, then we need to be a bit careful on all those risk pairs, right? I mean, like Aussie Kiwi could slow down, Canadian dollar maybe not go down as quickly, although dollars will be sold. And if it's a really good report, then we may have a bit of a surprise jump on the dollar yen back up to 154, 50, 70 or so. If it's a really good report, I think Kiwi gets a slap around the ears. And what else? There's one last that I'm
Okay.
really watching very, very carefully, and that's dollar Norway, 943, 945. Very, very big level. Very big
Okay.
level. And we are right on there.
All right. K-Man listed them all. All right. So I'm gonna pull over to what we've got here is we've got the S&P to the left, dollar index right in the middle, 10-year yields right here. And I'm gonna pull up data flash. Whoops, I just did, there we go. Here's data flash. Let me pull that over. You can get that right off of Forex Analytics. Here it comes, folks. We are how many seconds are we out, Ryan?
30.
30 seconds out. Guys, should be a pretty good reaction today. Watch that gold market. We get above 5,100 and start taking out that 51.55, which is actually the 618 retracement. Gold could take a little bit of a journey higher, but here comes the jobs. We are 8, 7, 5 seconds away. Here we go, folks. Get ready. Ooh.
130.
Whoa!
130.
That sucks. Oh my God. Well,
Unemployment 4.3.
Oh boy. Oh geez. Look at that. Well, I'm going to say I'm glad I bought dollar mex for all the wrong reasons earlier today. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that one. Sorry,
That's
guys. I'm just
hilarious.
doing a little bit of trading.
That's
Out dollar
fantastic.
mex. I'm going to just take all that stuff off. No sense in doing any of that business. Wow. Well, I can guarantee you a lot of people are wrong-footed today.
862,000 the revisions. 862,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was expected 825 or down 825, should we say?
Oh
came out
my
down at
God,
62.
that was funny. I mean, not so funny to a lot of people because I can guarantee you everybody was, trading into that, and I'm gonna short some dollar yen right now. I shorted some at 154.35, so I'm just getting short some dollar yen up here. That is in the trades room. Just so you guys know, look, we're doing a little bit of live trading with you guys. You guys no, typically don't get to do this on a Friday afternoon. I just sold a little bit of dollar yen. Yep, at 154.35, and these feeds are running late on Oanda. Let me pull up ICE really quick. I don't know why that feed is running so slow, but it is. So yeah, we're trading right around the entry level for me. Like I said, I just took off my dollar mex longs. So I bought it for all the wrong reasons, but that's okay. Ryan, K-Man, what are you guys doing right now? Anything?
I haven't done much yet. I took my euro dollar off for the time being, but I'm keeping some of my Aussie. Dollar yen, I'm kind of flattish for the moment, but yeah, I don't know. I'm going to really watch that 154.70. Metals are not giving back that much.
The average monthly change there has been revised to plus 15,000.
Yeah, they're really not. They are really not. Let me take a real quick look around. So yeah, the euro slumped to right.
Yeah, I'm having a little stab in the euro because no matter what dollar yen was doing, euro was up really glued to that 119. So I'm going to give that one a little go.
Yeah,
if it goes below 118.
Fucking, excuse my language. It's so funny. I'm just laughing because it really sucks because the market was really just leaning into it. And like I said, this is where you get your bigger response, guys. You want the bigger response out of the market? You got it. We had a strong freaking jobs report. Do you see anything that you want to shoot holes into?
Nope, it's all good. Wages came down a bit to 3.7. The participation rate ticked up a bit, so that makes the unemployment rate drop even better.
Look at that data. Holy crap.
There's nothing to pick holes in, really.
Wow.
Last month, private payrolls got revised up.
Private payrolls are massive. Where are all those job cuts going?
I don't know.
They all announcing 10,000, 30,000 job cuts. Where are those private job cuts, creations coming from?
I have no idea. By the way, I joined you, Ryan, in some of the euro down here. Matter of fact, my dollar yen's not. I don't have a lot of exposure, which is fine because I've got other yen exposure. But yeah, look at equities. Hey, we're going to see all-time highs today in the S&P. Again, the doom and gloomers are really literally throwing the computers out the window today. If they weren't throwing them out earlier this week, they are tossing them now because equities are going to be probably trading at new all-time highs. These are the levels that you probably want to be looking to sell into as we discuss here on the F.A.C.E show. And we talk about it on all of our shows. Really, when you're grinding higher in this channel, you sell at all-time highs and then you buy dips. So at some point we will turn lower. Doesn't seem like today is going to be that day, unfortunately, for the Bears. The Bears. All right. Ryan,
Fed, by the way, just the next cut from the Fed has been punted to July from June, so we're now fully pricing a Fed cut in July or by July.
You guys go over here to the central bank rate pricing and pull up that information. Oh, looky there. All right. Well, pushbacks we get, but I wonder if that's going to put a stop to the markets, Ryan.
Well, this is the thing, and we've got a couple of days, and then we get the next big bit of data from the CPI data. And if that comes in hot, then we're probably going to be pushing to see a cut coming this year, which is going to be light a fire under Mr. Walsh if and when he comes in eventually. Then if it's a soft one, then we could see the dollar going the other way.
Run it hot, Ryan. Let's run this market let's run it hot. K-Man, what are your thoughts here before we wrap things up today?
We're in the build report. 75,000 cars with 28.
I really don't know, because these are really good numbers, but 118, 20, 30 euro. Yeah, I stepped in front of it too. We'll see what if it goes below 118.20. I don't think it's good news for the euro dollar.
Yeah, I need to input my euro longs here.
Yeah, I haven't put them in
118.40. I picked up some euro right here too. It's like, we know it's previous. It's previous. Here you guys can see. It's previous resistance. So and this is just the Forex Analytics trades room, guys. So you guys can see like what Ryan and K-Man and myself, and obviously so many other great traders, we put our trades in here. K-Man just said, added a little bit of euro. If you guys want to know what we're doing when we're doing it, and it's not you should be following what we're doing, but it makes me feel a little bit better if I get long the euro, and I know Ryan just picked up the euro and K-Man just picked up the euro, because I have a lot of respect for those guys, these guys that you're listening to right now. That's the thing about having a trades room like this, is you're like, oh, wait a second. I'm short the euro, but Ryan's picking it up long. Then you go into the chat room and you start going, hey, Ryan, why are you long the euro and I'm short? You know what I mean? And you have those types of discussions. If you are not having those types of discussions with people that you respect, admire, trust, have confidence in, and can have open conversations with and open dialogue with, you're in the wrong place. You need to be in Forex Analytics and be in our chat room. We talk about currencies, stocks, and everything. So with that being said, I'm out. Tomorrow, we don't think we're off the hook, because tomorrow we have weekly jobless claims. We got we have UK GDP early tomorrow morning. We have existing home sales tomorrow, and then we got CPI, not only in the US, but also in Switzerland. Ryan, any last minute thoughts before we leave?
No, not really. I'm going to keep an eye on this dollar yen. You've always got to be careful in the first 20 minutes after NFP, because you often get a sharp move, and then what you want to watch is how we react. So we've had a spike up dollar yen to 60. Where did we go to? 65-ish, and then. So I'm going to see if we revisit that and we don't get through. I'm going to tap a little bit of that, I think, as well.
Don't forget to put your name in our newsletter. We'll be launching trading analytics literally in the weeks ahead. So if
whoa, dollar yen's getting hammered.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. I'll take dollar yen getting hammered. Get hammered, and not the drinking kind of hammered.
That was a quick 40 pip hit.
What was that? What happened there? I'll take it.
Yeah. Oof.
I haven't taken it yet, but I'm going to take it right.
It's
down 60 pips.
Whoa, something's going on there.
I just took it off for 75 pips just now. I'm out. Wow. I don't.
Whoa. We're going.
Oh my God. What is happening?
Rate check, maybe?
Yeah.
There's headlines out, guys.
Check.
We're not going anywhere right now.
That could be a rate check, and if that's a rate check, then they were looking at the cloud. Because it's right, it stopped right on there.
Wow. It's like I don't know if I want to take all my other yen pairs off, but I feel like I need to. Wow. Okay. Holy crap. Are you guys seeing anything?
Nah, but 150 pips is probably a rate checker.
Yeah, that's probably it. Where's my dollar yen? I shorted that. Oh, where did I go? Oh, short dollar yen. Close.
That'll be very interesting if they've done that after it's just fallen, from 157 to 153s.
Right. All right, guys. Again, if you are not abreast of this stuff as it's happening, well, you're in the wrong spot. I'm going to let you go. I think we've given up a lot for free today. So with that being said, you guys have a good day. If you guys are in the Forex Analytics community, I'm going to see you on the morning edge in approximately 35 minutes. Ryan, K-Man, thank you guys so much. K-Man, thanks for holding down the fort today while Ryan was out getting his knee checked. You guys all have a great session today. I'll see you Forex Analytics traders a little bit later. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, guys.